All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Monday, November 11th, 2024. Just want to wish everyone that has served in the military a very happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much for your service to this amazing country. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We do have a promo for our veterans. If you are interested, it is on the Instagram page as well. Or if you're on the server, feel free to take a look at the live market blog. The promo is there as well. Or if you're not sure, you can always open a service ticket, and one of our staff will help you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And before I begin, too, after the Veterans Day shout out to all of our amazing service men and women for our country, I want to give a special shout out to our boy Nick Blagovinci. I haven't done a YouTube in the past week, obviously, because of the passing of our head of futures trading. It's very unfortunate that he passed. We miss him terribly. This past week has been rough, not only on our staff, but our clients as well. I'm trying to make things a little easier, a little more seamless, working with the futures team, trying to fill those gaps and trying to make things, a little easier for everybody. So with that being said, we miss you, Nick. We love you. You're always in our hearts. You're always in our thoughts. Everyone has given kind words and appreciation. Thank you so much. Those words are amazing words of encouragement. You guys are the best. Thank you for supporting Gar Capital, even through this tough time. But the work must continue, and here we are, ready to go. So let's go ahead and do it. Dow futures up 151 points this morning. The Nasdaq's up 0.32%. The S&P futures are up about a quarter point, and the Russell small caps up 1%. If you guys remember the podcast pre-election, I talked about some of the names that were going to move or sectors. Banks soared. We had Wells Fargo. Energy soared. We had XLE last week. Tesla soared. Some of the members caught Tesla calls. What else soared as well? Bitcoin. We talked about Bitcoin as well. Now, there was no Bitcoin proxies to trade. I talked about Mara last night on our weekly video. If you're interested in watching that, it is on our YouTube channel. It's broken into two videos. The first video at the 5-minute mark cuts off the mic. I'm so sorry for that. But I went ahead and did a take two. So I added a supplementary video. If anyone wants to watch that, it is on our YouTube channel. Let's take a look here. Crude oil is down 2.47%. Gasoline down 2%. We do have CPI this week on Wednesday, and we have PPI on Thursday. Keep in mind, in October, crude oil was falling, and that's going to be a big impact on CPI. So I expect the inflation number this week to come into the lower side, which should boost stocks as well. Names like the mega cap tech, like Microsoft and Apple, that still need to catch up with the rest of the market. Gold futures down 2%. Futures traders are in that. Awesome. They're green on that gold futures trade. We talked about gold on our weekly video as well on YouTube. I also talked about it on our futures video. If anyone is interested, it is here under our futures setup, futures channel. Here is the video right here. Nick used to do it. I did it last night, and I'll be doing it for the time being. I will handle the futures division as we transition right now. In terms of the weekly video, again, you have the first one, but it cuts off at 5 p.m. at 5 minutes in. So I had to do an extra one. Again, my apologies. Let's see here. This is the weekly video, and here's the second one. The second one's right here. All right, let's get to it. What else we got? Oh, Bitcoin up 6.89% at 82,690. Ethereum's up 7%. This is the Trump bump. We knew that he was pro crypto. The fact that he won, this is where we are. So the main thing now is to find a way to trade it, either on the future side, which we didn't have an opportunity, or we trade it in regards to the proxies, the Coinbases of the world, the Maras of the world. But with the pop higher, there's not much we could do right now. So again, we're just watching pretty much as it goes on. So let's take a look at Bitcoin futures together. And you could see, yeah, 83,205 was the high. I mean, it's a pure breakout. If we can fill this gap here on 78K, that could be a buy the dip opportunity, or we'll wait for a retest right around 75K. But for now, it's kind of tough to trade all-time highs, guys. What's your target? That's another thing. What's going to be the take profit? Higher? That's not exactly a plan. We don't want to just throw things on the wall and hope it sticks either. So again, as Bitcoin is moving higher, we know the drill. Was part of the top 10 stocks of 2024, even though it's not a stock, but good stuff on Bitcoin. We'll see if the proxies move higher. I mean, Mara is already above 20. my target was 2250 for calls. We got way above there, so I'm gonna have to cancel these. They report this week, tomorrow, anyways. So not much to do here. You could see this. We just wicked 2349 and pulled back. A couple of names that we do have open. GME. We have GME calls open. Pulling back a little bit. Once we break 26, we have the 26 calls. Let's see if we get it. See if we get that. We're about what, 60 cents up. Apple calls pulling back a little bit. I already did the game plan for the team, for our options team. So we do have CPI and PPI this week. So we got some catalysts. Again, today the bond market is closed. So just keep that in mind. We may get a little bit less volume than expected. That's why I'm not having too much expectations of today, but we'll see what we get. And then we have DraftKings, which we have for December. And finally, it's on the move. So take a look at the 4-hour. You can see the upper wedge pullback, now the downward wedge, and we're looking for 44. So far, so good. Once we break above 42.31, we should be getting it. Let's move that stop here to 42.39 or that level. And that's where we are this morning. I'm pretty sure someone's going to ask me about Tesla, so let's take a look at it. It's gap up. We're now at 342. Wow. Here's the great part. Tesla's not even at all-time highs yet, so we got more room to go. It is a breakout. The problem is the premiums are so juiced. Buying them here would be a little difficult. Let's see if we can get below 300 and gives us an opportunity to buy the dip. Fair enough, everybody? All we want is a retest, and that's it. Let's go and answer some questions this morning. Painless says, Happy Veterans Day to all our veteran heroes. That's great. That's very nice. Thoughts on Ethereum by end of year if Bitcoin hits 100K? That happens. You're going to get to maybe 4,500, 4,000 or so. Microsoft and Amazon. Let's take a look at it. Microsoft, in terms of the weekly, and it's up slightly, you can see it's rejecting that 20-week moving average, right around 425.23. I have an alert at 426.92 for this moving average, which is the 100-day. Once we break above that, we have a gap to fill at 432.17. But once we break above that, and I think Microsoft is going to play catch up here, really what we're looking for is 440. Once 440 breaks, we target 450 for calls. I still like Microsoft for upside. Amazon broke through the Bezos $200 level. Now the question is, do we continue higher or do we pull back and retest? Right now, when the market is hitting all-time highs, really all you're waiting for is some kind of pullback, profit taking to buy the dip. And that's pretty much where we are in a bull market. Just buy the dip right now. Hello, Tesla. See, everyone's asking about Tesla. Yeah, again, we're waiting for 300 to pull back. Very hard to chase this. That's really the issue. All we want is a pullback to the breakout and see if the bulls defend 300. That's all. The last thing I want to do is go long when people are taking profits. Not what we want. Morning, boss. Double top set on Citibank on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Possibly. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1, 2. You got to get above 70. We'll place an alert there. And if we do, then we'll get more upside. How much upside? Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, that's been pretty much it. Ever since the financial crisis, still waiting for a little more. I guess we'll see what the volume looks like once we break above 70. Maybe the 72s or 73s or something. But again, once it breaks above, then we can take a look. I want to add long-term holds in general, but field market is bullish. Is it a waiting game when things cool off and dip? The best way to kind of go through that, again, if you want to put some cash to work, you can always dollar cost average, where you put a little bit every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever you prefer. But yeah, when you're buying at all-time highs, it's not the worst thing in the world at the end of the day, but it's nice to want a discount. Think of it as Black Friday shopping. You're not going to buy a TV when, the prices are not down. You want to get a discount. You want to get a good value for your money. So again, that really is up to you and how you want to do it. Our members have been investing with us since 2015? I think we started the investment club in 2017. So really since then, Bitcoin, gosh, in 2017, Bitcoin was 5K. So imagine that. Very difficult to talk about what more we can do, especially in the bull market. So what we're looking for is any kind of reprieve, pullback, some kind of fear. It'll happen. Something will happen where people sell off stocks. It's fine. It's natural. But we know November, December, January, this is the bullish time in stocks. So, it's really buy the dip for now until further notice, really. Let's see on Instagram if we have any other questions. Gold is melting like crazy. Yep. Gold is melting. You can see 26.36. The futures trade, we sent it out too. filled MGC Gold Micro short at 26.60. So great job. We'll see if we get to 26.27, which is the target, at least for this short-term trade on the gold. Yeah, and really with gold, I talked about that on the video. Keep an eye on the Bitcoin to gold ratio. If Bitcoin starts outperforming gold, that's telling you risk on. So we're in a risk on environment. People want stocks, higher yielding investments. Here's the reason why crypto's up, and this is the reason why small caps are up. You could see the Nasdaq's really pretty much flat and compared to the Russell right now. So we're starting to see a lot of people getting that confidence, understanding that things are getting better or improving the perception of it in terms of the economy and the new administration coming in, tax cuts, less regulations. Very roaring 20s in the 1920s, that kind of gilded age. History doesn't repeat, but it certainly does rhyme. I just hope in 2029 we don't have a Great Depression like we did in 1929. So I'm crossing my fingers that don't happen. Let's see. Shop tomorrow. Yep, Shop does report tomorrow. I do expect more upside on Shop. It is above my level of 89.01, but we do have a gap to fill right there. It's at 89.20, so that should fill. Once it breaks above 91.57, that's the breakout. That's the breakout in the last 12 months. Go to the weekly. We got as high or next level of around 102. So 102 is kind of be that big level for Shop that I'm looking for. Let's see what else. Affirm. Affirm. Yeah, you could see here. Ah, don't want that. Affirm. Yeah, we're gonna have to break above 52.57 on Affirm. Yep, gonna have to break 52.57 before you want to do anything on that stock. Ah, yeah. Oh, that actually looks like it might pull back based on the setup. If we pull back below 41 or so. What else we got here? The 50 calls nice. Shop, yeah, we just talked about it. Short green energy stocks given the upcoming Trump administration. Well, that's not as simple as that because Tesla is a green energy company. I mean, they're electric vehicle. I don't know if anyone wants to short Tesla at this point. So it's not as simple as short green energy when Elon Musk is pretty much the king of clean energy right now. So not exactly simple like that. But if you had a Harris administration, yes, we talked about that on the podcast. You'd have a Green New Deal, and then more of the solar companies would get some bids. So I would say more bullish Tesla than anything else. I don't know if that's going to change regulatory or any kind of tax breaks in terms of alternative energy because Tesla was built on those tax breaks for EVs. So I don't know if that's going to change. That's going to be very fluid. Let's see. Any other questions? Okay, nothing there on it. Here we go. Thoughts on Microsoft lagging behind big tech? Yeah, Microsoft, as much as it is growth, it's not aggressive growth. It's been something that we know is worth a lot of money. That's great management, but this is not a name that's going to gain triple digits every year. That's not its MO. Microsoft, yeah, somewhat a growth company, pays a dividend, buys back shares. It's kind of in between value and growth because they still have cloud and they still have AI and stuff, but yeah, the reason it's lagging behind is because there's people trying to buy Bitcoin, Tesla. Again, this is risk on. Microsoft is, I can't say the word safe. Safer, let's just say, because it's AAA rated in terms of their debt, in terms of their cash balance sheet. I don't think Microsoft is bad. It's just that it's not in demand. Everyone wants quick money right now. Everyone's on a bull run. So Microsoft's kind of lagging a bit. Apple's kind of lagging a bit. We know in terms of the Mag 7. Nvidia and Tesla are pretty much running the show. Amazon broke out. Google's kind of sideways. Meta kind of sideways. Not much going on. They'll play catch up in the fourth quarter. So those are the names I really want to focus on because the ones that are not participating in this bull run, the Trump bump, that's the ones I'm looking for a rotation into once they start catching bits. Also, do you think IWM has more room being above 240? Absolutely. Yeah, small caps are going to go. Lower rates are the deal. The next target is really 240, 446. I'll keep an eye and see if we get any volume, if we get a break above. But again, we'll do it step by step. Give me a second. Let me let these guys know. Futures here. I'll type it for y'all. Move stop on gold short to 2640, which locks in plus 20. There you go. So we have your short 2640, and that is our stop. So let's see if we get stopped out on that. But at least it locks in 20. It's a good start for the day for our futures team. It's been a while since I've done futures signals, and unfortunately, since Nick's gone, I guess I will be doing some of the masterclass teaching. I went ahead and spoke to our members. If anyone who wanted to sign up, I'll just step up and try to help in any way. So, okay, so it looks like gold is going to stop out here for plus 20. That's okay. All right. Gold stopped at plus 20 at everyone. Give me a second. Just wanted to finish up this typing. Okay. Awesome. It tagged 2440. No big deal. Okay. What else we got? IWM, yes, above 241.68. The next target is 244.46 to around 245. All right. Let's see if we have anything else on Instagram. Any other questions? What will be the resistance on Tesla in your opinion? Good question. And here's the thing, Tesla has not hit all-time highs yet. And guess where we're going? Right there, 402.67. That is your expectation for the next 12 months. So by November 11th of 2025, I will be a year older, and Tesla should at least tag 402. That's the expectation, if he does have a big role in the administration. A lot of influence, that's for sure. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. The only issue with Taiwan Semiconductors, as we know, is geopolitical. China and Taiwan. But in terms of what you can do here, I mean, it's near all-time highs. We're around $10 away. Anything really special about trading this? Not really. There's nothing really that I would want to do. You can see a possible cup and handle. If we get a break above the highs, sure. But once you break all-time highs, guys, what's your target? That's the hard part. It's hard to signal that in terms of TSM. But yes, semiconductors, we know the drill. Still bullish on that. Nothing has changed. I think you stick with the two, NVIDIA and AMD. You don't need to own every single chip maker. Or again, you can just buy an ETF, the SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF. All right, DraftKings, that's exactly what I want to see. Good stuff. GME, just need that push. MSTR. Okay, I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial on MSTR. Bless their heart, they're crushing it. But I think you just own your coins, man. You don't need to own MSTR, who's the company that is buying Bitcoin. When you yourself can own your own coins, Bitcoin is a finite asset. They cannot make more. All we can do is do the halving every so often. But it's not like dollars, cash, where we can just print it or electronically print it. With Bitcoin, it is a finite amount. Think of it as Pokemon cards. Well, they can make more, obviously. But yeah, I wouldn't want to, nothing against MSTR. If you want to own it, bless your heart, fine. I just think just owning your Bitcoin is just so much easier, and there's less risk of a company that has a stock split or a company that does share offering or a bad quarter. And you're better off just owning the asset. Now, one could say the same that, oh, why would I want to own ExxonMobil? I can just own barrels of oil. Little different, but I would say the best bet in terms of crypto itself is just own the coins themselves instead of investing in a company that has so many variables that you have zero control over. Obviously, if they want to go ahead and add more shares overnight, you're going to get hit in terms of your share valuation because it dilutes your current shares. So that's always something to kind of concern yourself with. I just think owning Bitcoin is the easiest. Opinions on Doge with Dogecoin with Elon and the government. Yeah, I mean, all cryptos are going up. I mean, this is what it is. We have a crypto president. That's what you're going to get. So Doge and any other crypto that you guys have thought of, they're going to go higher regardless because it is really kind of pinned on Bitcoin. Everything is all about Bitcoin. Let's see. Palantir, absolutely on fire, kicking butt. You can see, I mean, what can I do, guys? It's all-time highs. We've been riding this train on options now, what, since 15, 16? So this is beautiful to look at. But guys, at all-time highs, it's very difficult to trade. Bitcoin is as well, very difficult to trade at all-time highs, guys. What's your target? If you're just going to put 100K, fair enough if that's your target, but you can't trade that. You just have to own it. ASML breaking down. I have an alert below 611.49. That's your downside gap. Do I have another question? And we have there. Oh, I think that's it. All right. Just wanted to check in with the guys now currently. Thank you so much for your time. We'll go ahead and leave it there. You can see Bitcoin, gold did bounce a little bit. We had a short. That was a nice start to the day. Thank you guys so much. Again, big shout out to our veterans. We love y'all. Thank you for supporting and being part of this great country and protecting us and serving us. You are the real heroes. That's for sure. You're the real Avengers, superheroes. We love it. We love y'all. I've got friends in the army. I have friends who are Marines. I have friends that are sailors. Love them to death. I love the military. I love their culture. I love the discipline. I'm not can't say I wish I joined because I like what I do, but again, big shout out to them. You guys are the best. We'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys on the server if you are interested in joining www.gar.capital. Click on free plan, live market blog, free for everybody. 1,977 members, almost at 2,000 on the server. I mean, you guys are just ready to go. You guys are bullish. I love it. You guys are excited. Let's rock and roll. Let's end 2024 on a great note. Things haven't been exactly easy, obviously, in terms of the business front with the passing of Nick, but we honor him by continuing the work. We miss you, Nick. We love you, and have a great rest of your day, all. We'll see you on the next video tomorrow. Cheers, all.